Good morning, everyone. Let me give you a glance at what we have discussed in last session. We have started with data types. And how many data types we have? What is that? We have something called as int. And what is the size of int here? 4 bytes. After that, we have float. What is the size of float? 4 bytes. After float, we are having something called as char. What is the length of char? 0 to 255 characters we can store. And after char, what we are having? Varchar. And what is the size? 65,535 characters that what we can store. After varchar, what we are having? Date. And what is the format of date? Year, month and day. And in this format only, we have to store date. And in date data types, we can store anything like your date of joining and date of birth. But the formatting should be year, month and date. And what is the difference between your char and varchar? First, we have a length. And after length, for example, if you are storing any data with the help of char data types and the memory that you ask for, if you are not utilizing all the blocks of memory and the particular memory which is left out, it will not be utilized to store other kind of data. But if you are using varchar to store the data, it means you are not wasting the memory. And whatever the memory which is left out will be utilized further with any other kind of data. And this is the major difference between your char and varchar. Now please focus here. How many tables we have created yesterday? 1. Now I have opened my MySQL command prompt. Over here, I wanted to work on the database that what we have created. How to work on that particular database? First, we have to create. We have already created. First, we have to use. So what I will do, I will write use command. And which database we are working on? August B1. Let's use August B1. Semicolon for termination. Now the set of database that what we have, right now we have redirected to August B1. Inside August B1, how many tables we have created? 1. What was that? A student. Let's view that. How to view? Show. Show is a command, tables. This is something that what we have created in last session. How many rows we have inserted last time? 2 rows, right? Now I wanted to view that rows or a data that what I have inserted inside this. How to view our data? Select. Let's use select. And what is select here? What is select? It is a command. Now, in my student table, how many columns do we have? Yes, multiple columns we have. Now, if you are having multiple columns in this particular table, you should not sit and you should not keep on writing all the columns. Understand? Now, what we have to do, in one shot, we have to select all the columns. How we can select over here? A star operator, that what we have to use. Let's do that. Star. After that, what we have to write here? From. Why from we are writing here? Why from? Because which table we have created? A student. From a student table only, we have to select that particular column. That is why from we have to use. From. And the name of our table, which is student. Let me ask you over here, what is from? What is from? It's a command. No, I didn't convey that this is a command. I conveyed select is a command. I conveyed describe is a command. I didn't even convey that from is a command. From over here is a clause. What is from? This is a clause. Did you understand over here? In SQL, we have a different segregation. We have a clause, we have a commands, we have a joins. Yes. So from over here, from over here, this is a command over here. Did you understand? What is from? It is a clause. And over here, in how many lines we have written our statement? 2 lines. But if you wanted to write your statement, you can put in 1 line. But as a standard format, you have to put this statement in 2 lines. Did you understand? What is select over here? Command. What is from over here? It is a clause. So please do remember all this point. Now what I will do, I will hit enter here. The moment I hit enter, how many records we have inserted? 2 records. Now please observe, whatever data we have inserted here, is this a correct data? Is this a correct data that what we have inserted? No. On what basis you guys are saying this is not a correct data? Because over here, whatever student ID we have, inside a student ID column, we are having 1. And one more time we are inserting 1. And do anywhere did MySQL stop us to insert 1? That you have already inserted 1, then again you can't insert 1. Did MySQL stop us? No. And my friend, as a developer or being a developer, you have to inform to this software that it should not contain duplicate values. Or as a developer, you should put restriction to that particular column that over here we cannot have duplicate data or a duplicate values. And that is what we are going to learn in this session. Did you understand? Over here? Great. So please have focus. We have one concept here, which is your constraints. If you will ask me, what is constraint? In simple words, it is a rules or a restriction that what you will apply to a particular column. And in constraint, we are having different types of constraint. So please look up over here. First constraint that what we have is not null. And what is not null? That you will understand. After not null, we are having something called as unique. After unique, we are having something called as check. After check, we are having something called as default. After default, we are having primary key, that you guys already heard about this. After primary key, we are having foreign key. And how many constraints we have over here? 6. First we have not null, then unique, check, default, primary key and foreign key. Now in the list of constraints, one more constraint we are having, which is your composite primary key. But I have not included over here. This you will understand that why I have not included. And this is your standard constraint that what we have. Did you understand? If you wanted to make a note of this, you can make. And what are all the constraints we are having over here? These you have to apply while creation of your table. Now first we have something called as not null. If you are using not null to a particular column, then to that particular column you should not have null. Did you understand? If you are using not null to any particular column, for that column you should not have null values. And what is null over here? It is a empty data. Did you understand? And in practical you will understand more over here. Now after not null, we are having unique. If you are applying unique to a particular column, then for that particular column you cannot have or you cannot store duplicate values or a duplicate data. Did you understand over here? Over here we cannot have null. Over here we cannot have duplicate values. And my friend, please try to understand, whatever unique we have, it will only compare the values. And over here, whatever null we have, this is not a 0. 0 we cannot consider as a null. Null means empty, nothing. And over here, if you are applying unique to a particular column, then you can store null value here. And over here, you can store multiple null values also, because null cannot be compared. Did you understand? But over here, you cannot store duplicate 0 or duplicate 1 or duplicate any other data. Did you understand? What is the difference between not null and unique? Now after that, we are having something called as check. And what is the use of check constant? Please try to understand. For example, if you are going to apply any DL or a driving license, over here we have some restriction that your age should be greater than or equal to 18. And if you wanted to apply that restriction, you can use check. And how to implement this, you will understand. So did you understand what is the use of not null, unique and check? After check, we are having something called as default. And the use of default, please try to understand. If I will ask you, what is your institute name? You will say TAP Academy. And for everyone, the institute name will be same. So what I will do, for every student, I will not store TAP Academy. Just once I will initialize TAP Academy, and same TAP Academy will be maintained for everyone. Did you understand? And where we have to use default, this also you will understand. So now after default, we are having something called as primary key. And what is primary key here? What is primary key? Think that what you have learnt. Primary key over here is a combination of not null and unique. If you want same effect, this not null and unique in one column. If you want not null and unique in one column, you can use primary key. If you have used primary key to a particular column, then that particular column you will not store duplicate values, and for that particular column you cannot have null. Did you understand what is the use of primary key? After primary key, we are having foreign key. And what is foreign key? For what we have used foreign key? Think. To create a relationship. And how to create a relationship among two tables, in today's class you will understand. So how many constants that what we have to study here? 6. What is that? Not null. What is the use of not null? You cannot have null to that particular column. Here you can have duplicate values. Did you understand? What is the use of unique here? You cannot have duplicate data. Here you can have null. What is the use of check? If you wanted to check certain condition, you can use check. What is the use of default here? If you wanted to maintain same values for multiple user, you can store or you can use default over here. What is the use of primary key? It is a combination of not null and unique. If you want both effect in one column, you can use primary key. And what is the use of foreign key here? if you wanted to create a relationship among multiple tables or two tables, you can use foreign key. Did you understand? And one by one, we will learn all this. And over here, please try to understand. In one column, you can have not null also or unique also. In one column, you can use not null also and unique also. How to use? Please try to understand. What I'll do, I will put one structure here. How to put a structure of table like this. Now here, what we are having ID. Which data type we can use here? Int we can use. Now for ID, I wanted to use not null. Can we give not null? Yes. Now for this same column only, I wanted to use unique. Can we use? Yes. For same column, we can use multiple constraint. But the main question will arise, sir, how we can put over here? Should we put comma here? No, you cannot put comma. Just give one space. So what you should do, you should give one space and you can put unique. And why you cannot put comma here? Why? Because if you will put comma, then MySQL will understand you are giving one more column. Did you understand? Yes, we have to give one more column. But first we have to put this constraint. Here we can put comma. Here we can put comma like this. Did you understand? So for one column, we can have multiple constraint. Did you understand? Now, one more column I am taking, which is your name. Which is your name. Which data type we can use here? Varchar we can use. Size I am defining 10. Now here, we have already used not null. If in one column we have used not null, for other column can we use not null? Yes, we can use. So what I will do, I will put not null. Like this. Did you understand? And this is the syntax of your table. So over here, whatever not null we have, we can have multiple times. Whatever unique we have, we can use multiple times. Whatever check we have, we can use multiple times, and same follows for default and foreign key. But if you have one primary key, you cannot have one more primary key. Did you understand? It means in one table, we can have only one primary key. Did you understand what I have conveyed? In one table, how many primary keys is allowed? Only one. So primary key is a constraint that you can use only once in a table. You cannot have multiple primary key. And if you will use, you will get an error. Did you understand? So not null we can use multiple times, unique we can use multiple times, check we can use, default we can use, foreign key we can use. But primary key we have to use only once. Now please try to understand how many constraints we have used here? 2. Instead of using not null and unique, can we put primary key? Yes. So same effect we will get of not null and unique if I will put primary key. So what I will do, I will put over here primary key. Did you understand what is the functionality of primary key? What is the functionality of not null? Let's create one more table here and try to understand all the constraints. So what I will do, I will go to my command prompt. Let's go to my command prompt. Now whatever data we have stored over here, is there any use of this data? No, because this is a wrong data. Now one more time I wanted to create a table. Can we create table with the same name? No, we can't create. So what is the alternate option that what we can have here? We have to drop. How we can drop? drop table student. The moment if you will use drop, then whatever structure and whatever data that what you have, everything will be deleted. Structure also and the data also that what you have inserted. Did you understand the functionality of drop? And in great depth, I will let you know what is the functionality of drop. But for the time being, please try to understand. If you will use drop, then whatever the structure you have with data will be deleted. So what I will do, I will hit enter. Now I want proof. Really it got deleted. How we can get a proof? Show tables. This is a proof with our table. Yes. So over here empty set means we are not having any tables. And if you are not having any table, then what is the meaning of having data? Did you understand? So over here we have deleted table also and the data that what we have inserted. Now once again I wanted to create a student table. How we can create? Create. Now we have to use one command which is your create. After create, what we have to use? Table. After table, what we have to use? Table name. This is the syntax. Now we have to open parenthesis. And for what we have opened parenthesis over here? We have to define column and its data type. So what I will do, as a first column, I will take ID. Let's take ID. And which data type we can use for ID? Int. Let's use int. Now, for this ID, I want, we cannot have duplicate data also. And for this ID only, I want, we cannot have null also. Then which constraint we can use here? Primary key. So what I will do, I will use primary key. Let's use primary key. Now one more column I wanted. What we have to put here? Comma. Let's put comma. Now after this, I wanted one more column which is your name. So what I will do, I will put name here. For name, which data type we can use? Varchar. And you know why we are using varchar. Let's define the size as well. We can have 15. Now please think which constraint or which restrictions we can put over here for our name. Not null, because whatever student we have, they are not a nameless. So every students are having a name. So we should not even give null for that particular column. If you will give null, then it will show an error. But the main question will come, can we put unique constraint? Think. Why? Name can be same. Name can be duplicate. And this you have to think. MySQL will not think. As a developer, you have to intimate, you have to inform to MySQL that which constraint it should accept. Did you understand? So what I will do, I will put not null. I will put not null. Now one more column I wanted. What we have to put? Comma. Let's put comma. Now over here, I wanted age. Can we put age like this? Yes, we can put. And which data type we can use over here? Int we can use. Now I wanted user to enter age which should be greater than and equal to 18. If they will enter 17, then it will not insert. It will not take 17. Did you understand? It will only take age which should be greater than 18 or it should be equal to 18. And this restriction I wanted to put over here. For age column, how we can put? Check we can use. So what I will do, I will use check. Now the moment if you are using check, you have to use parenthesis. Let's use parenthesis here. Now for which column we are checking? Are we checking for name? No. Are we checking for ID? No. We are checking for age column. Let's put age over here. Let's put age. And what restriction we wanted? Age should be greater than and equal to 18. Let's do that. Now this we have already done. Now I wanted one more column to be given. What we have to use? comma. Let's use comma. Now here, I wanted institute name. Yes, and which is a common for every student over here. So what I will do, first I will put institute. Now, for institute, which data type we can use here? Which data type? Data type first. Char we can use, but what is the main functionality of char? To store the characters. Yes, char we can use. And over here, Tap Academy, the length will be same for everyone. But the main functionality of char to store one character. And if I wanted sequence of character, we can use varchar over here as a standard format, and that's what we have to follow. So what I will do, I will use varchar. Size I will give 10. Now, data type, that what we have already used. I wanted to use default constraint over here. What I will do, I will put default here. I will put default. I will put default. Now, what should be the name over here? What should be the default name? Tap Academy. That is what I have to put over here. Either you can use single quote, either you can use double quote, because this is a character or a sequence of character. So what I will do? Tap Academy. Did you understand how to apply constraint over here? How many constraints we have used here? First we have used primary key, then we have used not null, we have used check, we have used default. And how to use foreign key, that I will teach separately. Now, I want to inform to MySQL that institute will be our last column. Then we should put comma here? No, we should not put comma. So what I will do, I will terminate my table. Let's focus here. Now, the moment I have terminated, we got one error. And why we got this error, please try to understand. And please try to rectify first. How? How many characters we are using in default? How many characters? We are using 11 characters, and how many characters and how many size we ask for? 10. Can we store 11 characters? No. Did you understand? And over here, this space also will be counted in your core Java. Did you understand? Or in your MySQL also. Did you understand over here? Now what I will do, I will create this table once again. So for that, what I will do, I will clear the screen first. System CLS. Now I will use shortcut. Primary key. Here only we have to change. Let's put 20. Now query OK. Did you understand how to work with constraint? Now I wanted to insert data. How we can insert data or a values here? Which command we have to use? Insert. Let's use insert. Now we have called insert command. After insert, what we have to use? Into. After into, what we have to use? Table name. Let's use table name. What we are storing here? Values. Let's put values here. How we can put values here? How we can put? Inside parenthesis. So what I will do, I will put parenthesis here, and in what order you have given your column, in the same order you have to put your values. You should not interchange. Did you understand? First column, that what we have used is ID. Can we give one like this? Yes, we can give. Now we have to give comma. After ID, what we are having here? Name. Can we give name like this? No, because this is a character or a sequence of character. This we have to enclose within double quotes. Let's do that. Double quotes. Now after name, what we are having here? Age. Can we put 17? No. So what we have to put? We can put either 18 or greater than 18. After that, what we are having? Institute name. Can we put like this? Can we put like this? Then what we have to do? Hmm? See what default value we have given? Tap Academy. But over here you have to understand few things. Yes, you have given default value, but if you wanted to replace this default value, you can give your own values while inserting. And how default value will come over here, that also you will understand. But if you wanted to give your own value, you can give. Did you understand? Over here, we can give Tap Academy, we can give Tap, we can give any other institute name. Or over here, we can give null also. Did you understand? Everyone? But if you are not giving anything over here, then only this value will be appeared. Did you understand? That I will convey. Whatever data we have inserted, are this correct data? Yes, correct data only we have inserted. Now what we have to do, we have to terminate this. Query OK, one row affected. It means this row we have already inserted. Now please try to focus here. I wanted to insert second row. Now please focus over here. Are we inserting correct data? No. Where we are not inserting correct data? Where? ID. Please focus here. Duplicate entry 1 for key student.primary. Over here for ID we have used primary key. Did you understand? And in primary key we cannot have duplicate data or values. Is this a correct data? No. Why? Because this is a not null. And what we are storing? Null. And null over here, this is a keyword. This you should not enclose within double quotes or a single quotes. Now, if I will hit enter, we will get error. Column ID cannot be null. Did you understand? So, in ID, you cannot have duplicate data also, and you cannot have null also. Is this correct data? Where it is restricting to us? In which column? Name column. For name column, which constraint we have used? Not null. And what we are inserting? Null. This is not allowed over here. Column name cannot be null. Is this a correct data? Why? Check. Because in check, what we are checking? Age should be greater than or equal to 18. Check constraint is violated over here. Did you understand? Now, is this a correct data? Are you sure? Yes? Yes. Now, how many records we have inserted? How many records we have inserted? 2. Now, the records that what I have inserted, I wanted to view that. How we can view? How we can view? Select star from. And what is from here? It is a clause. How many rows we have inserted? 2 rows we have inserted. Now please focus here. Can we have null here? Can we have null? No or yes? For which column we are inserting null? Which column? Institute column. And institute column, do we have used not null constraint? No. So over here, null is allowed. So what I will do, I will hit enter. Did you understand? But for Suma, what I have given? Null. Please try to focus here. I wanted default value to be appeared or to come in my rows. How we can get? How we can get? Think. Rahul is one student over here. For him, I wanted default value to come. How we can get default value? We have to remove null. Let's do that. Let's give correct data. Let's give Rahul. Let's give his age. So you guys are saying we have to remove this data. Yes? Is this a correct way of storing data? Yes? Let's check with this. What this is saying over here? Column count doesn't match value count at row 1. How many columns we are having in our table? 4. For how many columns we are inserting the values? 3. What about the institute? You are thinking, sir, if you are not inserting data for institute, that default value will appear. Like this, default value will not appear. This should not be the syntax. But we wanted default value. If you wanted default value to be appeared, then you have to mention this column name, and this column name. Did you understand? Explicitly, you have to mention the column name over here. Did you understand? Do we have mentioned any column name here while inserting? No. But we wanted default value to be appeared. For that, we have to mention explicitly. Did you understand? How to mention? Please focus here. After student only, see, insert is a command into student. After student, I have to put parenthesis. I'll put parenthesis here. Now, this data for which column we are inserting? This data for which column we are inserting? ID. Please do remember the columns. For ID. This data for which column we are inserting? Name. Let's put that. This data for which column we are inserting? Age. Let's put that. Did you understand? Now what I will do, I will hit enter. Now over here, do we have given our own value in the column institute? No. And my friend, if you will not give your own value, then the default value will be appeared. Did you understand? So what I will do, I want proof over here. How we can get a proof? Select command we have to call. We have to select the columns from for which student we should get default value over here? For Rahul. Please focus over here. For which students we are getting the default values? Rahul. Did you understand how to get the default values? Great. So if you will give your own values, that value will be appeared. Either it can be data or either it can be null. But if you wanted to give that particular default values, then explicitly you have to mention the column name. Did you understand? Now what you guys have to do, you have to create a table and you have to insert this 4 row in your laptop, in your MySQL. Please make it happen soon. And how many of you have installed MySQL 5.7 or 5.6? Please raise your hand. Only one student. So you guys do one thing. Come to me on Saturday at 2 p.m. Will you be coming? Will you come on Saturday? Yes. Will you come on Saturday? Saturday? You're not free? Okay. Basically, I wanted to install 8.0 in your system because we are having some extra thing in 8.0. So that is what I'm saying. Anyways, please try to create a table with all the constraints and you have to insert the values as well. Please make it fast. Here we are using command prompt, right? We are having something called as workbench also, MySQL workbench. So that I will let you know in further session. Guys, please focus here. Now we have to understand about the foreign key. Yes, and how to create a foreign key relationship. Please focus here. Here I am taking one example. We are having one table which is your employee. Now inside employee we are having ID, we are having name and age. Now for ID I will store 01, name I will take anything. Again one more ID I will store 2. How many rows do we have over here? 3. Now again one more table that what I will use over here, which is your department. Let's check department. In department we are having department ID and department name. In department ID we are having 101 and 102. Here we can take any department, business development team, that what we can take, and we can take training. How many rows we are having inside department table? 2 rows. Now in your employee table, ID that whatever you have here, this is your primary key. This is your primary key. And in department table, whatever department ID we are having, this is your primary key. Now I wanted to create a relationship among 2 tables. How we can create here? Primary key and foreign key. Can we take this ID and can we put over here? Yes. No. What we have to do, we have to take this ID. In one department, we are having multiple employees. Are you understand that what I am saying? So we should not take this. This is our one table, this is our many table. Did you understand? This I have already conveyed. In one cell, we cannot have multiple values. So what we have to take? We have to take this department ID and we have to put it over here. That is what I am doing. Please focus here. So department ID, that what I will take. How to represent foreign key? Dotted lines. Let's do that. Now, with the help of this, we have created a relationship. How we can define the cardinality ratio over here? With the help of values. So what I will do, I will take this value and I will put it over here. Let's do that. So what I will do, I will put 101. I will put 102. Again I will put 101. In one department, we are having multiple employees. Did you understand that what we have done? And this we have already seen. Did you get with that? Great. Now, same thing I will implement in terms of practical. Did you understand? But the question will arise over here. which table we have to create first. Which table? Employee or department? How many of you are going with the department table? One. So they are saying, sir, we have to create department table first. How many of you are saying that we have to create employee table first? Please raise your hands completely. You are saying that we have to create employee table first. Why you are saying this? Reason? Yeah, reason. Now again, in the same note, here what we have done? We took this department ID. From which table we took this department ID? From department. Now, without having this department ID, can we create this table first? No. First, this department ID we must have. Then only we can take this and we can add over here. Did you understand? So my friend, this table is your dependent table, where we are having a foreign key. What is this? This is a dependent table. And this is also known as your child table. What is this? This is a child table. And from where you took primary key, this table is known as your parent table. Did you understand? This is your parent. And as a format, you have to create parent table first. Did you understand? Which table you have to create first? Parent. And why this is child? Did you understand? Because this is a dependent table where we are having a foreign key. Did you understand? Great. So what I will do, please focus. First I will create parent table. This I will create for the first time. Then I will create child table. Let's do that. First, I will clear my screen. System CLS. Now, I will create my parent table. Create table. What is the name of our table? Department. Let's put the name. Now, what we have to include? Column. What is that? Department ID. What can be the data type for this? Int. What can be the constraint for this? Primary key, right? Yes, we can put not null and unique. Then what is the use? If we are getting the same effect in primary key. Primary key we can put. Now after department ID, what we are having here? Name we can put. Department name. Which data type we can use? Varchar. If you wanted to give not null, you can give, but I will leave as it is. Because not null you have already understood. Did you understand with the department table? Any question? No. Now after department table, which table we have to create? Employee. Let's do that. Create table EMP in short. Now we have to put its column. What is that? What is the column name? ID. What can be the data type for this? Int. What can be the key? Primary key. Now after ID, what we are having here? Name. What can be the data type? Varchar. What can be the size? Anything we can give. Now, for name, if you wanted to give not null, you can give. After name, what we are having? Age. Age int. Yes, now, will age be your last column here? No. Why? Foreign key. Now, please focus here. From here only we took this and we have added over here. So this column we must have first. Yes, this column we must have first inside your employee table. Let's create this column first, department ID. So what I will do, D underscore ID int. Int we can give. That's what we have given. Now we have to create a relationship. And please try to understand whatever column we have used or whatever constraint that what we have used, like your not null, unique, check, default and primary key, they are known as your column level constraint. But your foreign key is known as your table level constraint. Did you understand? And table level constraint you have to create at last. Did you understand? And why primary key is a column level constraint? Why check is a column level constraint? Because with the column only we have given this constraint. Did you understand? And your foreign key is known as your table level constraint, and that you have to create at last. Did you understand? Now what I will do, I will call foreign key. What I will do, I will call foreign key. Let's call foreign key first. Now, which column you wanted to make as a foreign key? Which column? Department ID. That's what we are having here. Please focus. This is your department ID. Now let's put department ID in parenthesis. Where we have to put in? Parenthesis. Now this we have already done. Please focus. From which table we took department ID? Department table. It means this department ID is referring from department table. This also you have to inform over here. Did you understand? So how to inform? Very simple. You have to put one keyword which is your references. Which keyword you have to put? References. Now what I will do, I will put a table name. From which table it is referring? From which table it is referring? From department table. That table name we have to put here. And my friend, just putting table name is not sufficient. In table, in which column or from which column that what you took, that column name also you have to mention here, because over here we have a multiple columns. Which column that what you took, that also you have to mention. Which column we took from department table? Department ID. That also you have to mention. Let's do that. Did you understand what is the syntax? First we have to put foreign key, then we have to put the column that what we took, then the references, then the table name, then the column in this particular table. Now what we have to do? Did you understand? Everyone? Great. Now what you have to do and how to insert the data, that you will understand. Did you understand? But did you understand the syntax of primary key and foreign key? Everyone? Great. And that relationship also I will prove. That relationship, how we can get over here, whatever value I will enter, the same value you have to enter inside this. That value cannot be differ. That proof also I will give. But I wanted to describe my employee table. First describe this. What I will do, I will clear the screen. DESCEMP. Now please focus here. In our department ID column, this is giving MUL, and this is a representation of foreign key when you will describe your table. Did you understand? And this is a representation of your primary key. Did you understand? PRI when you will describe your table. Did you understand? And the proof of values that you will understand in further session or in next session. But what you should do right now, you have to create a relationship among two tables. Any table you can take. Either you can take this table also or any table. But please take this table because that table only we have created. So please make it happen now. after the class. Guys, here I am ending my session. I'll catch you in next session tomorrow. Thank you very much.